Forget gurus. Forget anyone claiming to be an online business expert without going through the challenges of entrepreneurship themselves. The Real Money, Real Business podcast is here to prove the best insights in online business comes from your fellow online business builders. We dig into stories of entrepreneurs selling their business on the Empire Flippers marketplace so that you can learn how they made their business profitable, how they overcame obstacles, and what lessons they learned in their online journey. If you want to take your business and your knowledge to the next level, you've come to the right podcast. Let's get started.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Real Money, Real Business podcast. We record these interviews so potential buyers have more information about the seller and the business to help them make a buying decision. Now, before we dive in, let's go over a brief summary of this business. It is a SaaS business created in March of 2022 in the business and technology niches. The average monthly revenue for the business is $35,596 and makes an average of $10,495 per month in net profit. The assets included in the sale are the primary domain and all site content and files, secondary domain, development agency contract, social media accounts, which include Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, an email list of around 6,500 subscribers, Facebook ad creatives, source code, employee contracts, and the CRM account. Now, for everyone listening, you can visit empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for listing 67745 to learn more about the business, or you can unlock this listing to start your due diligence if you're interested in purchasing this asset. So that is a brief overview of the business for sale. So let's hear from the seller with me today. So welcome to the show, Adrian. How are you doing today?
Hey, Nick. Glad to be here. Thank you. I'm good. I'm actually excited about this call.
I'm excited to have you here. I'm looking forward to learning more about you and your business. So to start us off, can you tell us a little bit about your background in building and running online businesses?
Sure. So for those of you who are listening, my name is Adrian. I'm 32. I'm a digital entrepreneur for over 70 years, I guess. My journey began several years ago, like 70 years ago, when I became fascinated with the potential of the online world. And since then, I've been involved in various projects, including website development, digital marketing, and software creation, website selling. And over the years, I've learned a lot about how to start and run a successful online businesses, how to launch businesses, and how to maintain them in evergreen space. It helped me a lot into working with the latest business that we have up for sale on Empire Flippers right now.
Yes, and I will say that before this call, you were just telling me about all the different business models that you've been involved with, and that is quite impressive. This isn't your first exit even, so you're a very experienced online business owner. And yeah, this one in particular seems very exciting. And it's only been a year that you have owned and grown the business to where it is. So, Adrian, why are you deciding to sell the business now instead of keeping it and growing it?
Well, the thing is that under some circumstances, my life changed. So a new child came up into my life. I got some new time constraints right now, which I cannot dedicate enough time to the business as much as I want. So while I'm passionate about the AI space, just like I told you, there's been significant events in my life that kind of required my attention more in the family space. Additionally, we have other active businesses that need more time and resources. And as a result, me and my co-founding partners have come to the conclusion and decide that it would be the best to find a suitable buyer who can take this AI business to the next level and kind of get the best advantages that the market is seeing right now, that the AI space is booming right now, and it has to be kept up with the evolvement into this space. And I believe that a new buyer with a little bit of time on his hand can take the business to the next level better than we could at this point in time.
Yeah, well, congratulations on the new addition to your family. I can certainly understand how that would take up a lot more time. And yeah, I think this business an interesting point because it is a pretty new business. So AI hasn't necessarily new, but this kind of era it certainly feels like it's new and just starting to really take off. So this business has had an interesting growth trajectory just from its launch to now, and it has seen a lot of success in a very short period of time. So Adrian, what would you say you've learned from building this business that worked, or what do you think contributed to the success that you experienced with this business?
Well, building this business taught me the importance of staying ahead of the industry trends and continuously improving our offerings to meet our customer needs. It also showed me the value of building a strong brand and fostering customer loyalty. And one more thing that it taught me, if you have the feeling that is the right time and the right place to launch a business and giving the AI. So AI haven't really boomed up until half of the last year, but we catch the trend early on. We've been tackling with the AI for over 2 years now. Even when it was not that popular, we knew that this is going to be grow to be a monster of an industry. We knew that's going to be billions of dollars invested, and people are going to start noticing that the AI is here to stay. So we want to be ahead of the trend. We jumped in, we developed this software, and that's one of the reasons we had the success that we're seeing during the launch phase of March, and then the evergreen growth. I mean, we kept the business steady just by using different traffic channels to maintain our growth.
Yeah. So actually, let's talk about the traffic channels. As you drive traffic through sources, and I think looking at the traffic chart, you can see the huge spike from what looks like is your launch, and then you have kind of stabilization period, and I see some increase. So can you tell me a little bit about how traffic was and how it currently is generated?
All right, so I'm going to tell you the full story about why we're seeing the spike in March, when was the release date of the software, is because the way we did it, it is a launch business model where we kind of talk up with affiliate networks, we gather affiliates, we kind of market the product launch to affiliate space. And then a lot of affiliates came with the interest of promoting it. So we've had like up to 100 affiliates that has been joining the launch and has been promoting during the March release. So that's why we see the spike in traffic in March and the spike in revenue, because we had a lot of affiliates that has been joining. We've had a great launch. The numbers can show up for that. And then what we did and what we usually like to do after launching a business and testing that is this is a good business to continue with, because the traffic already gave us the numbers, the revenue, the conversion rates and everything. And then we kind of switched it to building a evergreen offer, and that's why the majority of the traffic that came after March is from paid advertising platforms like Facebook and Google. This is the main two ones that we've been focusing on after the launch. We also received some organic traffic and referrals from our affiliate partners still up to this date, but it's not the vast majority of the traffic. The vast majority of the traffic comes from self-controlled traffic, which is paid advertising, which is one of the best traffic sources that you can have, is the one that you can control. I would love to be more focused also considering organic traffic and SEO and rankings on the search engines, but we haven't really focused on that part. We just try to drive traffic through paid ads and get a good ROI of our paid advertising.
Got it. Yes. So it seems like there's an opportunity there for either more paid advertising. As you said, it's a channel that you can control. And part of it is that you can control it by budget. But it also seems like there is some opportunity to grow in other areas, as I see that your traffic distribution is part through ads, and it seems like you're driving some organically still. Well, let's talk about the work required then. I believe you are the one who built the tool. Is that correct initially?
Me and my team, yes. I've been collaborating with my co-founders as well. My team helped out in developing all the solution that we're having right now.
Okay. Can you tell me the amount and the type of work that you now do to maintain the business? Or maybe if it's you and some other partners that are involved in the operations?
Yeah, sure. The maintenance work primarily involves monitoring and optimizing ad campaigns, which is something that my partner does, Christian. Updating the content, providing customer support, which is my customer support team that is doing so on behalf of myself. I'm not putting much effort into it. This is kind of self-sustained business model where we just run ads and things fall in naturally. The development aspect is minimal, as we have a user-friendly admin panel for managing the platform where you can actually add new user licenses types, add new AI templates, create new prompts, check user statistics, check user AI content created, sales statistics, and many more features that I can only show in a demo, in a video with a potential interested buyer. I can fully walk you through the back end of the platform. So that's why you don't need much development work, because the way we structured this is to use the engines and create the prompts for whatever templates that we want to add to the solution. So the way this works is actually we have a lot of AI templates involved in it, and it's all created in the backend of the software. That is why we don't have to spend too much time involved into the business. It's kind of self-run at this point.
Okay, got it. Well, yeah. So for anyone listening, I encourage you to schedule a call to really figure out what kind of work is involved. It sounds like it is pretty well delegated out. So yeah, I think just to learn more about the business, highly recommend scheduling that call. Okay, so let's talk about the opportunities and the risks here. This is a very early stage business in what appears to be a market that is just beginning to really see its growth. So, yeah, can you tell me about if you were to keep the business, what are some ways you would try to grow it?
All right, so let's start with that. Some of the things that I would keep testing and keep trying is to scale up my advertising campaigns, scale up the budgets, come up with new ad creatives. In fact, we just ordered a new ad creative, professional one for a video to maintain our growth on the Facebook ads and Google ads as well. Another thing that I would do to grow it is to do some AI podcasts, start a YouTube channel, get more involved into ranking on search engines. So more investments into the SEO sphere. I think this is the top ones that come up in my mind right now. These are really the ones that I would love to have some more time in getting into. Unfortunately, I don't. That's why we're here today, because we're looking for someone that has the time to put in and grow the business to the next level.
Got it. So really building out the different traffic channels to ultimately gain more exposure on the tool and drive revenue that way.
Maybe even partnership with other AI companies. That would be another great start to get more exposure. And also maybe reach out to social media influencers and do a little bit of influence marketing over the social media. That can also bring some great exposure and new traffic sources to Localio AI.
Got it. Well, of course, with opportunities, there's always risks with any business or business model. So can you tell me what you think are the biggest risks with this business that a buyer should be aware of?
All right. So as far as I'm aware, the primary risks are the increased competition in the ever evolving nature of the AI industry. However, by staying agile and responsive to the market trends, the business can maintain a competitive edge, given the fact that we've been in the industry already for 1 year. We have a lot of data that we have been working with. As a matter of fact, I think we have generated like millions of words already using our system. And I don't see other risk other than the rapidly evolving nature of the AI industry. And people are going to start notice, and they're going to be coming up with new solutions, new tools that involves the AI industry.
Yeah, which is kind of to be expected when you are in such a rapidly growing industry that has a lot of potential. So I think whether you're in this business or in any other business with a similar level of potential growth, just as you mentioned, being agile and figuring out ways to be innovative and retain your customers is going to be top of mind for really any business owner.
Yeah, definitely. And if you stop to think about it, when you're saying that high risks are involved, we can expect that high benefits, right?
High
Great
rewards.
benefits comes, high
Yep.
rewards comes with the risk, because as the AI industry evolves, more and more people will be drawn into it. So the pool of buyers are only going to get bigger. Even though the competition is going to grow, the pool of interested people and businesses that want to adapt AI and want to use AI in their marketing workflow is also going to increase. So it's kind of high risk, high reward scenario over here.
Got it. Okay, well, a few housekeeping questions to wrap things up. How much support are you willing to offer a new buyer?
Obviously, I'm willing to offer the standard 30 days email and phone support with the possibility of extending the support if necessary to ensure a smooth transition and ensure that the new buyer is actually knows how to run things, know how to operate the business, how to increase their ad campaigns and everything. I think we're going to be offering at least 60 extra days to help the new buyer get everything in place. Although I don't think we're going to be needing this much, I am willing to offer this for the new buyer to rest assured that the transition will be smooth and the business will operate at its best after the transition has been made.
Okay, awesome. And confirming, do you commit to a non-compete on this business after it's sold?
Oh, Nick, this is a tricky question. I've gone through the contract that says the terms. Yeah, it is a tricky question. I want to be fully transparent about this non compete agreement. I am open to signing a non compete agreement that prevents me from creating a direct competitor to this business. I mean, clone the business as it is. However, I would not agree to restrict my ability to work in the AI and machine learning technology and industries in other projects, as I'm already involved in the AI space so much. I have other projects that has AI capabilities built into it. So I would sign a non-complete agreement by not cloning the solution that we're having at sale right now. But I will not sign something that prevents me from touching the AI space, the generative AI industry as a whole. I don't know, maybe this is something that we can discuss on a call with buyers and see what agreements can we come down to in case of successful sale.
I think this is a conversation then to be had with interested buyers, just discussing more of the details of what that would look like and if there are any concerns related to that. Okay. Are you open to something like an earnout?
Yes, I see no problem. We are open to negotiate an earnout if it aligns with the interests of both parties involved. So, depending on the offer, depending on what exactly is being offered as an earnout, sure, we're flexible. We can come up to some sort of understanding.
Great. And putting yourself in the shoes of a buyer, why do you think this is a business worth buying?
If I would be the buyer, I think this business is worthwhile investment because it operates in a rapidly growing market with immense potential. Right, the AI-driven content creation niche is expected to expand further as more businesses recognize the value of high-quality content, and as Google also starts to kind of work into this sphere as well. They understand that the content will be generated by AI in the future. The software is already developed and has a proven track record of generating recurring revenue, making it a valuable asset for any investment portfolio. Additionally, there are several opportunities for growth, such as scaling the advertising campaigns, adding new features, tapping into different traffic sources, just like we mentioned previously. And also, I believe that GPT-4 has been released just yesterday night. Actually, I know as a fact because I've been playing till late last night with it. It's amazing. I already subscribed for the API. I mean, I'm sure I'm on the whitelist for the API. And as soon as this makes available for us, I'll be implementing into our software as well, which is only going to make it better. So that's another plus that I can add as a buyer. I believe that this SaaS business has the capabilities of self-updating itself with the latest technology. So I don't have to put in very much work in getting it better and better in time, because the big companies that are releasing these new technologies are doing it for us. As the seller, I'm also offering a generous support period, and I'm open for signing a non-complete agreement, which demonstrates my commitment to business's long-term success. And all these factors makes this business an attractive investment opportunity for any potential buyer out there. At least this is the way I'm seeing it. I might be wrong, though. Please correct me.
Oh, I think that is a lot. So I think I probably said this 2 times before, but the way that I'm seeing this from the buyer's perspective is that this is an early stage business with a proven track record during the months that it has been active. And it is clearly in a space that is very hot right now. And I don't foresee it, in my personal opinion, I don't see it declining. I only see this space getting bigger. Yeah, so a lot of compelling reasons. And it sounds like you're willing to support the buyer during and after the acquisition. So a lot of good things here. Well, is there anything you'd like to add that you think I might have missed during the interview, Adrian?
Yeah, I think I might add something else. I think this question is on a lot of people's minds when they're looking over the financials of this business is the question of why did it spike on March and why did it drop after March? Well, just like explained during this podcast, I think in an earlier question, I said that during March, we have our initial release date. The product was launched in the market with the help of affiliates and all the hype that's been building around it for at least up to 1 month before the release. I mentioned this because I want people to understand that the drop of the revenue is not due to the fact that we haven't been sustaining the business that much. It's because we changed from the launch business mode into evergreen mode, where we kind of control our traffic. We used our paid advertising channels to continue keeping the business growing at a steady pace. As you can see, we certainly have ups and downs during these months. Is because the time constraints that I've been telling you about. We have other business that we are also running, and we haven't really got all the time in the world to really put in the effort to scale our campaigns, though it can be scaled to whole new levels just by expanding the budgets and optimizing the ads. It can be grown at new levels. But I mentioned about the early launch phase that we have back in last year in March that can be replicated by the new buyer. So let's say you acquire this SaaS business. What I really urge you to do, and if this is not going to be sold, we're probably going to do this ourselves. We're going to be relaunching the business because it's been a year. We've kind of added new features, new developments, new templates, new everything inside the software. We can relaunch it on other affiliate network platforms such as Product Hunt, such as ClickBank, you name it. There are a lot of networks that also have affiliates capable of promoting this, or even relaunch it as yourself for your list, or put it into an evergreen of your business model and continue promoting it there. I think a relaunch can bring anywhere from 150,000 to 250,000 in gross revenue within a 7 days period during the special launch time. So I believe that the new buyer can use this to launch it after purchase it again, and then kind of get a better return of investment on their purchase. So you're going to be able to kind of get at least 30 to 40% of the payment that you're putting for this business. You're going to get it back from the first launch and then just expand it from there. I think this is worth mentioning, that this is something that buyers can consider doing in order to replicate the success we've had in March.
Well, sounds like there's a lot of potential here, and there's very specific strategies for growth here that I think would be best as further conversations with you directly. So again, anybody listening to this, highly recommend, after unlocking the listing, to just make sure everything looks good to you, scheduling a call with Adrian to discuss more of those details and any other questions you might have.
Yeah, I would love to jump in on any interviews and show you the back end of the application, show you the numbers, show you everything that we have. I'm fully transparent and committed to walk any buyer, any interested buyer into the software business so they can make an informative decision whether this is a good fit for their investment portfolio or not.
Awesome. Well, Adrian, I think that is the perfect sentence to wrap this up at. So thanks so much for sharing your story and joining us on today's episode. And I do hope your business is purchased in the near future and by the perfect buyer.
All right. Thank you so much for having me during this podcast. It was really great being here. And I look forward in talking with anyone who's interested in tapping into the AI industry without the hustles, without the hard work that we had to put behind the scenes to get this going on. So get your AI solution up and running in a matter of days.
Awesome. Well, thanks for having you, Adrian. And all right, everyone. Thank you for listening. To learn more and see if this listing has already been sold, head over to empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for listing number 67745. And if you're watching this on YouTube, click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. And once you've unlocked this listing, you'll be given everything you need to know about this business. So until next time, enjoy your digital journey.